Okay, so let's see. So what is the studio integration? Studio is an Eclipse based application. Okay, it is outside of the Workday application guys. Okay, and when you go with the studio integration, okay, so if we have a single data source, which means single custom report or single web service to load the data, and if we have a smaller data, so we can go with the EAB guys. If you want to extract as a delta changes, we want to extract as a delta changes. So in that case, you go with the core characters. Okay. If we have a large data, complex conditions, we have to use multiple reports you need to call, multiple web services you need to load the data at a time, and if you want to generate a multiple output files, and if you want to generate a custom error messages, so you go with the studio guys. Go with the studio integration. Okay. So on these cases, on which cases we go with the EAB, which cases we go with the core characters, on which cases you go with the studio integrations. Okay. So let's see how we can install the studio integration. So once you join the company, you will get a Workday community access. Workday community access. So once you get the community, you need to search using the search button studio, Workday Studio, download guys. So once you search, you will display the first link guys. So where you find the current release, so you can open that link, and we have a steps guys. Under step, we have to download any one of these guys, JDK, Oracle JDK 11 or Open JDK 11 guys. If you go with the Oracle JDK, you have to create a account for the Oracle portal, then you can download this. It's a open JDK, so we can directly download this. If you click on this here button, okay, so highlighted blue color, once you click, it will open the new tab guys. You have to download a Java 11 guys, not more than that. So we have a version till 23 guys, but we're going to download only 11th version. Okay, which operating system you are using right now? My system is a Windows and 64-bit or 32-bit. So my system is a 64-bit .msi. Download this one. It's going to download guys. Started the download. So this step is completed guys. Step 1 completed. Okay. Step 2. So which is a version 8 guys. JDK 8 if you want to install, you can install guys. Okay. So on step 3, if you want to install a JDK 8, you can go with these links guys. Okay. So step 4, we have to download a studio integration guys. So for Windows, we have a self-extracted installer. For Mac, we can download this one. Okay. This is the Linux guys. So my system is a Windows. I'm going to download a studio application guys. This is the one. Started guys. Okay. The JDK file got installed guys. Downloaded. Let's download the first install the JDK file. This is the Zulu 11, the open JDK file guys. If you double click on this application, it's going to open one dialog box guys. You just click next, and you can observe guys where this application is going to install. C program files, Zulu 11 guys. Okay, remember this folder guys. Okay, then click next and install guys. Okay, then click install. I have already installed. I don't want to install again guys. Just to install this option, it's going to install the application. Okay, so let's wait for the it's completed Workday Studio also. Let's see. This is the application guys, Workday Studio application. So once we click on the double click on this application, it will open like this guys. Click next and select the I have read on the terms and conditions. Click next and we have to select the Workday Studio required JDK 11 installation guys. See if we can observe this message. Workday Studio requires a JDK 11 installation. Please choose the JDK installation folder. Previously, we have installed the JDK file, right? We have to select the folder guys where we have installed this PC, C drive, program files under Zulu 11 guys. Just select this option, click OK guys. Okay. So remember guys, in this folder, in this option, we have to select a JDK 11 where we install JDK 11 Zulu file. We can select the path and click next. Okay. So enable the checkbox guys, report designer. This checkbox is to install a bar layout guys. If you want to create a bar reports, we can use using this option. We can enable this one. Click next and confirm guys. Okay. This application is going to install in our local system. So once you install the application, you can go to Windows button, search Studio. It will open Workday Studio 2024 like that. Guys. Okay. Just click on this application. It will open as a this welcome page. Guys. You will get it as a first time as a blue color guys. So you will get open like this. You just close this welcome button. If you can observe guys here, we have a welcome page. You just into mark here, the cross mark. You just close this option. You will redirect to this page guys. Okay. These are the integrations I have created. So on the first time, once you open the application, you will get a okay open white spaces. White spaces. Okay. This is also it's going as a white spaces. This contains only sandbox and production guys. Sandbox and production. Okay. So here you won't get it anything here. Okay. So this way this application will be display guys. Okay. So how to install the application? First we have to download the JDK file, then install. Then we can download a studio installer and we can install guys. We have to select a where we install the JDK file. Just confirm and then once you install the application, go to the Windows button, type a studio. You will get open studio application. Okay. So this way this application will be show like this. Okay. So let's see guys what are the options available in the application. Okay. Let's see one by one. So this is the Project Explorer guys. Project Explorer guys. Project Explorer means okay. What are the integrations you are going to create? Those integrations will show in the project explorer, and it will store in the our local system, which means in our system, guys. Okay, in our laptop it will going to store this integration. All the integration will show in the project explorer. Okay, this is the cloud explorer, guys. So once you develop the integration, if you want to send this integration to the tenants, this tenants, guys. Okay, so if you want to search any integration, if you create an integration in the project explorer, so after that you come back to tenant, if you search the integration name, it can't define it. It won't open, guys. Okay, you cannot find the integration until unless you deploy this integration to the tenants into the cloud explorer, guys. Which tenant we going to deploy, sandbox or production implementation, anything. Okay, so we can just connect a tenant and we can deploy this integration to the cloud explorer, guys. Then we can go and search this integration in the tenant. You will get find into the tenant, guys. Okay, so this way this project explorer we can define, and a cloud explorer we can define, guys. Cloud project explorer is our local system. It will store the integration to the our local PC, guys. Cloud explorer is our tenants, guys. What are the integration we done? We're going to deploy to the tenants, guys. Okay. This is the pattern, guys. Pattern list of all the components. So each thing we can call it as a component, guys. Component. Okay. Each option under pattern we have a lot of options. Each one we can call it as a components. So all the components available in the under pattern section. Okay. So under here we have a different tabs, guys. Task, problem, properties. If you want to, okay, know about the more about the components, we go with the properties tab. Okay. So this is the assembly, guys. This white space we can call it as a assembly. Assembly, guys. Okay. So if you want to develop a integration, we're going to, okay, this component drag and drop, guys. We can drag this component and keep it here, guys. That's it. Okay. This way we can use this assembly to connect list of components into each other. We can call it as a one integration, one project, guys. One project. So we can connect using this green color button, blue color button to drag and the connect with the next component, guys. Okay. So if you want to connect with the blue color to the next component, this way we can connect for the one component to another component. Okay. So we can just drag and drop these components, guys. So this contains the all the integration contains the list of components, guys. Okay. If you want to know about this component, we go with the properties tab, guys. So under properties we have a common, advanced, launch parameters, services. We have a different services. Okay. Each component have a different tabs, guys. Okay. So if you want to know about more details on the component, we go with the properties tab. Okay. This is the export explorer, guys. If any XML file, if you want to know what is the XPath for the XML, we're going to write a XPath in XSLT, right? Value of select equal to report data slash report entry slash employee ID. If you don't know, we can open that file to the XML file here. We can easily identify the XPath of the XML using the XPath explorer. This is the process monitor, guys. If we run any integration from Workday Studio, we can process the here, guys. Consumer reporter, guys. This tab is to if you have any errors or any warnings you are getting from the integration. Okay. If we want to which component got getting error, we can check the concern report paper, guys. Okay. These are the components we have. These are the options we have in the studio, guys. Okay. So the project explorer means so what are the integrations we have to going to create? Those integration will be stored into the project explorer. Those project explorer will store into the our local system, guys. The cloud explorer means tenants, guys. What are the tenants we have? All the tenants we can able to get it here. So initially we will get it only sandbox and production, guys. Okay. So if you want to add in more connections, we can add. So I will show you. So the patel is used to it contains the all the list of components, guys. So using this component, we can build the integration. We can drag and drop the assembly. This is we can call this assembly. We can drag and drop these components. Okay. So we can easily build the integration, guys. Okay. And this is the properties tab. Okay. These are the options, guys. Okay. So initially, once you open the studio, you will get it only sandbox and production. But come to our tenant. What is the tenant, guys? Implementation tenant. So we have to add a implementation tenant by clicking this option, guys. If you can observe, this is the connection details. Okay. The first option is the connection details. You just click on this option. You will get open only sandbox and production, guys. Okay. If you want to new one, you just click a add option. Select the IMPR, anything, guys. Anything you can give, guys. Okay. Underscore anything. Okay. I'm giving this tenant name, guys, and click OK, and then apply and close this. So now if we can observe test underscore MR, it's got it's got created here, guys. If you can observe, just again go to the connection details where it is. This is the one, right? This is our tenant. We just select this option, give the tenant name. What is our tenant name? If you go to the here, this is the tenant name, guys. Or if you go to the URL, you can go to the this is the tenant name, guys. Okay. Copy this tenant name and paste it here, guys. And URL, guys. What is the URL? So what is your URL, guys? WD3, right? WD3. If we go to the URL, select option here. Okay. Arrow button. Just select the arrow button. So which tenant is our, guys? Production, implementation, or sandbox? Which tenant? Implementation, right? So which is our WD3, WD3, WD5? Which tenant, guys? Which tenant?
WD3.
Yes. So we're going to select this tenant, guys. WD3 implementation WD3, guys. Okay. Then select the username and the password. Then click test connection. Don't click on the apply and close, guys. Don't click apply and close. Just give the tenant name. This is the tenant name, guys, here. Okay. And just select the URL and give the tenant username and password. Just do the test connection, guys. Don't click apply and close. Do the test connection. Then Then you will get a successfully connected on. Then once you successfully connected, click OK and apply and close. Okay, apply and close. So this way we can connect a tenant, guys. Okay. So for example, if you by mistakenly close the Cloud Explorer, guys, by mistakenly, there is no Cloud Explorer. Okay, or some other properties tab you mistakenly closed, guys. Okay, so there is no properties tab, guys. So how we can reopen those things? Go to the Windows, show view, under Windows, show view. Here we have a Cloud Explorer, guys. Select the Cloud Explorer, it will reopen, guys. Go to the Windows, show view. We have a properties tab also closed, right? So just click the properties tab, it will reopen, guys. So if any tab if by mistakenly if you close, just go to the Windows, show view. Here all the options, guys. You can select those options by by defaultly it will reopen those options. Okay. So if we can observe, this is the green color button, guys. If you can observe, green color arrow button, guys. Okay. This shows the Workday Studio application is up to date or not. Okay. If it's a red color, if it's a red color, we have to update, guys. New release came, we have to update the studio application. If it's a green color, it is a up to date, guys. Okay. If it's a red color, how we can update the studio application? Go to the Workday. So we have a under Workday tab, we have a update Workday Studio, guys. Workday, under Workday option, we have a Workday Studio, guys. Update Workday Studio. Select this one. See, check the Studio version, guys. It's checking the Studio version, and it will give the whether see 0% completed. We have to wait. It's taking a lot of time, guys. We have to wait 10 to 20 minutes to update the version. Okay, my application is up to date, so it's showing as a studio is up to date version is a this is the version and the same are older. Click OK, guys. That's it. Okay, this way we can do the update the studio application under Workday tab. We have a update studio application. If you want to reopen the any options, we go with the Windows show view, open the any one, guys. Okay, so this way we can do a options, guys. Okay, so the connection, wait, guys. So select the tenant name, select the URL, and then click username and password. Then do the test connection. Don't click on the apply and close, guys. Okay, once you tested successfully, then you go with the apply and close, guys. Okay, this way we can connect a tenants, guys. Okay, so by defaultly you will show as a sandbox and production. We have to add a one more tenant as implementation tenant and just click OK. Then we can later we can connect, guys. Okay, so now see how we can create a new integration. Go to the file, guys, under new Workday assembly project, guys. Okay, where go to the file, new Workday assembly project. So it will ask the project name, guys. INT 128 Studio. Okay. studio inbound guys. Okay. So project name I have given as ANT 128 studio inbound. Just click next and finish guys. So by defaultly it will open the white spaces guys. The workday assembly doesn't show anything guys. It will show as a open white color spaces guys. White color space. Okay. This way we can create a new project, new integration guys. Go to the file, new workday assembly project guys. Workday assembly project. This way we can create a new integration. Okay. So these are the options we have guys. Project Explorer, Cloud Explorer. So Project Explorer is used to our new integration. So we have created new integration. Okay. If you go and check the INT 128 studio, do you find guys?
No, sir.
No. So we won't find until unless we deploy this integration to the here implementation tenant. Okay. So let's discuss later how we can implement, how we can deploy this. Okay. So this is the project explorer, cloud explorer, and this is the pattern contains the list of all components. This is the assembly guys. Okay. So we'll see few components regularly. What are the components we're going to use? We can see guys. Okay. So okay guys. So we'll see one by one options, one by one components guys. The first component and it's a required component. Okay. So workday in component guys. So this is the required component guys. Under the first component, while creating a new integration, we should use this component guys. Why? Because of the integration name we're going to define as a here guys. Okay. So under advanced tab, under properties, okay, under properties we have a different columns guys. Common, advanced tab guys. Advanced tab contains the integration name, and we have a launch parameters guys. Okay. So launch parameters we have a three types. So based on the simple, this is the reference type, this is the enumeration guys. So based on our requirement, we can choose the launch parameters. Okay. We have to configure a custom launch parameters while run the integration guys, while run the studio integration. So same like as a prompts guys, we can give and we can run the integration guys using this launch parameters. Okay. So this is the type of the guys. Can you able to hear me guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the type of the field guys. That is field guys. Number and based on that use this field types guys.
So
Okay.
they are not audible.
Guys, can you able to hear me?
Now you can say, but when you are telling the topic, it is not audible properly.
Yeah. Let's see guys. Okay. these are the launch parameters, guys. If we go to the services, we have a services tab, guys. So there is a interview questions as well. So what are the services available in the studio integration? So this is the list of services, guys. Attributes, map services. This is the delivery services, listener services, retrieve services, sequence generator services, transaction log services, report services, custom object services, the remaining reference and data installation services, DA services. So these are the services available in the Workday Studio, guys. Okay. So attribute services means you just click the attribute services. So if you want to integration maps, if you want to add integration map, we can add under the attributes and map services section. And attribute section level, we have a three types: simple, reference, and enumeration, guys. Same as the attributes means if we want to same like a launch parameter, but every time we don't need to enter, guys. Okay, this is the purpose of the attributes. We have a delivery services, guys. Once the file got created, we want to deliver this file to the SFTP folder. We have to use a delivery services. So once you create a delivery services, once you deploy this into the tenant, okay, there we can configure the delivery services, guys, not in studio level. We just select a service in the studio, but we are configuring the delivery services in the tenant level, guys. Okay, we have a retrieve services as well. If we want to call a file from the SFTP, okay, for the import purpose, we can use a retrieve file. Okay, same as. So if you want to generate a sequence generator, the file name is a sequence way. We can use a sequence generator, guys, which is also we can create it in the tenant, guys. We can configure it in tenant. We have a report service, guys, which is used to call a report, custom report to the studio level. Okay. So once you click a plus button, give the name and select the which tenant we want to. This is the one, and select give the report name and click next and finish. It will the report will automatically come to here, guys. Okay. So this is the purpose of the services, guys. This is the purpose of services. Okay. So this is under contains the workday in component, guys. Okay. So we have a workday. So this component, so we can call it workday we have a
Your voice is not audible and
gas. This is much better now. Gas, can you able to hear me now? Guys, can you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the work the outrest is to call a custom report or custom objects, guys. Okay. So we have a R symbol. If you can observe under column tab, we have a R symbol, guys. Okay. Which means we can select a RAS report, guys. Report. What is the RAS means? Once you enable as the web services for the custom report, we can call a RAS, guys. Okay. Report as a service. So once you select the report name and click the finish button, that custom report automatically come to here, guys. Okay. So if you want to connect from the Workday into this, we can use this blue color button, drag and drop to this application, guys. So one more option, you just click the Workday component, go to the common tab, guys. There is a option to rouse to select this arrow button. So it will just select the Workday outrest, guys. Workday outrest, it automatically will connect, guys. Okay. So this way we can connect one with one component to other component, guys. Okay. So one more component is a Workday outsource component, guys. So this outsource component used to trigger a web service, guys. SOAP web service. If you want to SOAP web service, trigger a SOAP web service, call a web service, guys, like request one-time payment, get workers web service, assign roles, okay, job change. Those web services, if you want to call from the studio, we can use a Workday outsource, guys. Okay. In the outsource component level, we have a properties common tab. We have to select a these two is the required, guys. Application and version. Version we can give a V40.0. The applications we have to select from the W symbol, guys. For example, request one-time payment under the compensation category, right? So we have to select the compensation and click OK, guys. There is no error. If you can observe, I'm just removing this option. If you're showing as a error message, guys, if you can observe, this is the error, which is a required field. We have to give the field, guys. Okay. So if you want to call from the this component to this component, we can go to the previous component common, rouse to select this option, select the Workday outsource, guys. It will automatically connect from the outrest to outsource, guys. Okay. This way we can connect from the one component to another component, guys. Okay. So we have a async mediation, guys, and sync mediation. So if we can observe these two components, async mediation means it is a one-way direction. Okay. So if we can observe inside this, so we have a only one arrow button which is left to right. If we can observe the sync mediation, this is the two-way direction. One arrow button is a left to right, and below we have a one more arrow button right to left. Okay. Async mediation is a one-way direction. Sync mediation is a two-way direction, guys. These two components contain the sub-components, guys, child components. Okay. If you click on these components, so it will show the above. We have a list of sub-components, guys. Okay. So if you don't find these components, right click on this inside the box. We have the option add to. Add option guys. Here we have a list of all the sub components available for the async mediation and sync mediation guys. Okay, both async and sync mediation contains the same type of components guys. Okay, let's see each one by one sub components. Eval component guys. So if you go to the expressions tab, eval component level, what are the values we going to store? For example, if you want to store any values into the variables, we can use this evaluate expression case. Based on the conditions, if you want to store your data, we can use the evaluate expression case. Multiple variables, multiple fields we can call here guys. Okay, so this is the eval component guys. Next, we have a XSLT component and XSLT plus component guys. We have a two components guys. Okay, so this two component is to, if we want to call a XSLT, we can call a XSLT using the XSLT and XSLT plus guys. Okay, if we want to create a under common tab, we have a URL, right? If we want to create a XSLT, the first option guys, first option is used to create a XSLT file guys. Okay, create a XSLT file, just new and finish guys. It will create a sample XSLT. Inside this, we're going to write a XSLT guys. Okay, so we have written the XSLT outside. We just copy this XSLT and we can paste it here guys. That's it. We can save and we go with the previous tab guys. This is our actual integration. This is the XSLT guys. I'm closing this option. I'm opening this one guys. Now the required field is the error one, no more errors. This is the browse the file guys. If you want to browse a file, you don't want to create a XSLT guys. If you want to browse a file, just browse external application. Where it is guys? From downloads, right? From downloading. So I'm going to select a XSLT file guys. Click open and click OK guys. This file will be opening here. Once we click on the green color button guys, this is used to open a file guys, this XSLT file. Just click on this button, it will open a new tab as a what are the XSLT fields we have selected. We can easily identify guys. Okay, this is the XSLT and the XSLT plus case. Okay, so what is the difference between XSLT and XSLT plus? In XSLT we can call it 2.0 guys. If we want to call it 3.0, it will not support it. We go with the XSLT plus case. Okay, so this is the use of XSLT components. So we have a write component guys. So write component is used to modify the data guys. What are the data we're going to get from the previous component? So if you want to modify the data, we can use a write component. We have a message content and a text field guys. What are the text we're going to print? We can print a text component, and one more is a static file guys. If we want to call a file from the external, we can use a static file option to browse a file from the external guys. Okay, so I'm going to give us this file, click OK guys. If we want to call, okay, this is the use of write component guys. Okay, so another is a log component guys. What are the data coming from the previous component, from this component? So if you want to check without in the output files, so the backend, the server logs, it will show in the log component. Okay, there is a store component guys. This store component is used to, okay, store a file from the previous component. And once we run the integration, it will show in the output tab level. It will show as a uh, one output file, right? So without using the store component, you can't find any output files, guys, until unless you use the store component. So once you use the store component, then only these output files will be stored in the output, guys. Otherwise, no more output files will be available, guys. Okay. So this is the one, guys. So if you want to connection between this from here to here and from here to here, guys, what will happen? What will happen? The data will come to from starting from here and it will come to here. From here to it will trigger to here. And the data will come to here. Then from here to this component, from later this component, it will flow the one flow, guys. Okay. So this is the way we can flow the data, guys. Okay. This is the use of sync and async mediation, guys. Okay. So local out and local in components, guys. Local in and local out components. This component is used to break the integration. So for example, we have used a lot of components, guys. What will happen? It will go to here and it will go to last, guys. Okay. So it will hard to read the file integration, understanding the integration, and some cases. So we can call it sub assemblies, guys. So, okay, in that case, the local in local out component will be used, guys. Okay. So if we want to break the connection, so we can use the local out component here, and the local in component we can use it here, guys. Okay. So local out component, it will the data will be flow first component, it will send it to the this component, next to this component, guys. From this to it will trigger to this component, guys. Okay. From here to where this it will go, it will checking the endpoint, guys, under local out component. So we have a endpoint. So this endpoint level we have to call this integration, this component, guys, local in component. So we have a this option, guys. Okay. Select the local subassembly, go to the our integration, which is our integration, guys, int 128, right? int 128 subroute in, click finish, guys. So now what will happen? So the data will come to here. From here to it will checking the this one, guys, the endpoint where it's triggering, guys, int 128 studio inbound, and it's triggered to the subrouting. Where the subrouting we have here, right? The data will come to here, and then it will go to this component, and then it will go to this component, guys. So this way, this local out and local in component will use it to break the integration, to easily define the sub-assemblies, and when different cases we go with the local out and local in components. Okay. So if you want, if you have a lot of local out and local in component, which component is connected with the this local in component? We just right click on the local out component, guys. There is option declare in workspace. So just click on this option, automatically it will come to here, guys. Okay. This way we can identify the local out and local in component, guys. Okay. And one more thing is a route component, guys. Route component. So route component is so if you want to conditions, guys. For example, if you have a if you want to generate two files, two output files, guys. So one is for the US country, one is for the other countries, guys. So based on the country we want to process the data, we can use the route component. Okay. Inside the route, we have a strategies guys, different strategies. So ML strategy and the round strategy, and this is the custom strategy, expert strategy, and this is the all strategies. This is the dark iterator strategy, dark iterator strategy. This is the sub-routes guys. This is the loop strategy guys. Okay. So for example, we have if we have a ML strategy guys, okay, so inside the ML strategy we can use the multiple conditions guys. So multiple conditions guys, if we click on the ML it will show as a different routes guys. Okay, so once you click on the ML it will show as a one more option in the above, select that option, it will create a multiple routes guys. So if you double click on this option, it will ask the arrow button. It will select a to select a two subroutes guys. One is for subroute, another for alternate guys. We can use a condition here guys. Like for example, country equal to US, USA, and this is for true guys. Other than the US, if you getting any other condition, any other country, it will trigger to this way guys. Okay, subroute in it will trigger to this subroute guys. Alternative will trigger to whenever this condition satisfied, it will trigger to alternate case. Okay, then we can use the different async mediation or sync mediation, anything else, and we can connect from the subroute guys, not here guys. We can connect from the in the subroutes level. One is for here and alternate for here guys. So whenever the condition satisfy country equal to USA, it will come to here guys. Okay, and it will go to here and it will store the data guys. Okay, and it will come to here guys. If it's not yes, it will come to here. We can use the store component to okay use the this component store this other than the US employees guys. Okay, this way this route component will use guys. Okay, so inside the async mediation we have a another options guys. If we click on the add button, so if you want to convert a CSV file to XML file guys, so we don't need to write any XSLT code. So directly we have a component to convert a CSV file to XML file. Okay, so these are the options we can see and later guys. So we have a different components as well, JSON to XML file and XML file to CSV file. Okay, XML to Java, XML to JSON. If we want to generate a XML file to the different format, we have a direct components guys. We can use those components to convert a XML file to CSV, CSV to XML guys. We don't need to write a XSLT guys. Okay, so these are the sub components we have under the async mediation guys. Okay, so and the route strategy is used to based on the strategy we have selected. Based on the strategy we have selected, it will process the data guys. Okay, so we have a all strategy as well. All strategy uses to a route component. We have a all strategy guys. So in all strategy, it will not check the any conditions case. So it will process to the multiple subroutes guys. All the data. It will not check the any conditions. It will process the all the data as a multiple subroutes case. And same way we have a dark iterator component guys. This dark iterator component is to Retrieve a file from the SFTP or previous integration event, guys. If you have a multiple files using this component, using this strategy, we can retrieve those files, guys. Okay, this is the use of dark iterator, guys. Okay, so these are the few components, guys. We'll see other components. Okay, so we will take a some small break. So till now, any doubts, guys? Okay, guys. So how we can test connection? I have given the URL, okay, tenant name and the username, password, guys. Just to do the text connection. See if you can observe connection successfully completed, guys. Connection tested successfully completed. Then once you see this message, click OK, guys. Okay, click OK. Then you can click apply and close, guys. Okay, if you open the integration, expand this Cloud Explorer. Under Cloud Explorer, if you can expand this integration, where it is this tenant arrow button, right? If we click on that option, it will show the list of all the integrations, guys. List of all the studio integration available for the this tenant, guys. Okay, so these are all the integrations we have in this tenant. Okay, so if you go and check this integration, guys, identity 128, we won't find any integration, guys. Yes or no? Okay, so we have to deploy this into the tenant, guys. How we can deploy? Let's see. Okay, so I'm giving to the, this is the required field, guys. Without this, if we try to deploy, it will not allow it. Okay, so now we can give the one sync invitation. We can give anyone, guys. So now no more errors available for the workday component. If we can observe, here we have a one error message is showing, guys. Okay, so where the error is coming, if we can expand, so this is the file, guys. You can delete this one. Now there is no more errors, guys. You just right click on this option, guys, this integration on project explorer, so you will have a deploy to workday, guys. So it will ask the deploy to workday and save this one. This is the tenant, guys. What are the tenant we have connected? It will show the tenant name, guys. Select the tenant. Okay, we have to check, guys, which tenant is it connecting. Okay, this is the implementation tenant, and which is a, this is the new integration. So that's why showing as a added, and we have to select a source code in the client file. We have to select the checkbox and new integration. That's why showing as a added. Click next, guys. Okay, just finish. Agree. So if you can observe the message, the Workday Studio notification ID, this integration apply. Okay. If you go on to check the integration in the tenant, we can find out. Okay. So until unless we have created the integration in the project explorer, until unless you deploy it to the tenant, you won't find in the tenant guys. Okay. So once we did this, just right click the integration, deploy to workday. Okay. Once you select the deploy to workday, select the tenant and select the include source code guys. If we can observe now there is no added option. Why? Because of we have already deployed to the tenant. The second time we're going to deploy, there is no added option. This is the old integration. So there is no changes. That's why not showing anything. Just finished it. If we can observe, it's got deployed successfully, guys. Okay. This way we can deploy into the tenant case. Okay. So this way we can deploy into the tenant. So let's see the few more components, guys. So we have seen the route component. So we're going to see the splitter component, guys. Splitter component. Splitter component is used to split the data into the record by record. Each record into the one file, guys. Okay. So the file, each report entry, if you want, for example, report output file, each report entry, each worker into the one record, guys, is going to split using the splitter component, guys. Okay. Splitter component contains the different strategies, guys. Okay. Custom strategy. This is the standard splitter. This is the expert splitter. XML stream splitter. Okay. This is the JSON splitter. This is the zip unzip splitter. Okay. So this is the subroute space. Okay. So the mostly we can use the XML stream splitter, guys. 90% most of the integrations we will use the XML stream splitter, guys. This one we have to give a X path like report data slash report entry like this we have to give, guys. Okay. So this is the use of splitter component, guys. Another one is a aggregator component. Aggregator component is used to aggregate, merge the data into the single output file, and each 100 records into the one output file, guys. Each 100 applies into the one output file. If we want to match those type of conditions, we can use a aggregator component, guys. Okay. So in aggregator we have a different strategies, guys. Like we have a size batch strategy. Okay. So we can mention the each 100 into the one output file, or each 500 into the one output file. Okay. If we want to all records to the single output file, we can use -1, guys. -1. So we have a time batch strategy based on the time. Every 5 minutes, every 10 seconds, we're going to give a one output file. So we can use a time batch strategy, guys. Okay. These are the content collectors, guys. So what is the file type we are getting? What is the records we are getting? XML or text? Based on that, it will combine the data, guys. It will match the data. So this is the custom collector, guys. This is the message content collector, which means the data is coming as a text format. If we want to match the text, we can use the message content collector, guys. Okay. So otherwise, we are getting as a XML file. We can use a XML message content collector. So this is the content collector we can use the aggregator component, guys. Aggregator component. Okay. So splitter is used to split the data into the record by record. Aggregator used to merge the data into the single output file, or each 100 into the each 500 records into the one output file. Based on the size, we can aggregate the data into the one output file. Okay, so put integration message, guys. This message, once you drag and drop, it will open this dialog box. Okay, so you can check this all the message details, everything. Okay, so finish. So I have selected only two options: message survey and a message summary. So if you give it as a, whenever we are facing a error issue with Spectre, so we can connect from the async mediation to Spectre component, guys. So whenever we want to connect a sender component, from here we need to connect as a put integration message. Okay, whenever we have a issue with this any two component, okay, if we want to maintain as a message survey as a info, warning, as error, we can mention those things. And what is the summary, what is the error message, and what is the info message, we can give it in this single message, guys. Test error message, we can give this type of error message, we can display the using the put integration message, guys. Okay, so this is the use of put integration message. And sender component we can call as a async mediation level. So cloud log, guys. So this is the cloud log. So normal log and a cloud log. Normal log is to store a, it may check the log files in the server logs, guys. Cloud log is a storing in the output as a output, guys, as a different format: HTML, CSV, Excel file. So based on the error messages, so information, warning, or error messages, critical, based on that, we can capture those error messages or warning messages, guys. We can configure it in the survey is the cloud log level. Okay, and we can print a custom error messages, custom messages. We can use the cloud log component, guys. Okay, so regularly we use this all the components, guys. Okay, so this is the global understanding, guys. Whenever we have a, so this combine the set of two components, guys. Set of two components. This is used to, in entire assembly level, you are facing any error. So if you want to capture those errors, we can use the global error handling, guys. Okay. So this is the all about regularly we use the components, guys. Okay. If any component missed, so we'll discuss it tomorrow class, guys. Okay. So do practice, guys. Do install the application. Then try to create a integration. Okay. Try to connect with the studio. Don't, so before connecting the studio, we check with all the things, guys. Properly check this URL and tenant name and username password. Then do the test connection, guys. Don't click test connection more than 2 times, guys. If you're facing any errors or any, okay, any unable to connect, leave it, guys. We'll see tomorrow. Okay, guys. So what you made a mistake. So we'll see tomorrow, guys. Don't click it more than 2 times. Okay. If you click them more than 2 times, the tenant is going to log, guys. Okay. So and so check, at least create a sample integration. Try to drag and drop those components. The first component is workday component. Try to give any integration, the async mediation. Try to deploy into the tenant. Try to check whether those, okay. So and one more thing is we can check the what are the components we have in the tenant. We can drag and drop those components. What are those features in the properties tab? We can check thoroughly everything. Okay. So before tomorrow class guys. Okay. If you understanding this component, then only the next classes we can understand easily guys. Otherwise it will going to some difficulty guys to understanding for the next classes. Okay. So you should prepare the what are the component, what is the use of the component. We should prepare well guys. Then we can easily understand it for the tomorrow class guys. Okay. So do remember guys, do practice everything. Okay. So if you need doubts, please reach out to me guys. No problem. Okay. Till now, any doubts guys?
Sir, you said accessibility